Hi, this is Brian Russell with Walking and Talking Spirituality. Thank you for taking a walk with me. Today I want to talk about understanding and recognizing our limitations. A lot of the material that I think about is sometimes ways to actually expand our ability to live into the mission that we really sense that God's called us to be part of. And I want to give a slight detour and explore the reality that there are limitations to that. I remember back when I was a seminary student, I had Dr. David Siemens for pastoral care and counseling. And so I remember one of the lessons that he gave is he talked about how important it was to not give people false hope. And one of the realities is there are limits to our lives. We know that. One of the things that I'm concerned about when I do coaching, or even when I think about my own life, is sometimes we have self-imposed limiting beliefs, whether it's fear, guilt, shame, or something else, that actually stops us from living the life that we were created to live. But that doesn't mean that we don't honor our God-given limitations, right? And so let me just remind a couple of those things. We need to understand that we all need to sleep. And I think we know that, but I want to mention that sleep is one of the best reminders that we do have limits, right? Because we have to shut down. And one of the good things about the scriptures is God, especially in the Psalms, we have God being the one who never slumbers so that we can. So our willingness to make sure that we're getting the sleep that we need in no way impinges on our ability to live for God. That's a limit that we need to actually embrace and do more of it. What's another limitation that we have to do? We also have to just recognize, and this relates to sleep, is we have the limitation of time, right? We have 24 hours a day, just like everybody else, and we have to make choices of how we do that. And so we want to understand that the choices that we make, that the commitments that we've made have already placed limits on our lives. And the answer isn't to sleep less or try to pack even more into our calendar. It's to understand the limit of time and to choose wisely how we spend it. In like manner, we have a limitation put on us about energy. So we need to make sure that we embrace that we're not literally cyborgs or robots, and that there will be seasons where we have more or less energy, and we have to recognize that as a God-given limitation. And then just simply ask ourselves, how well am I managing my energy, right? And so embracing these limitations actually enhances our spirituality. And let me remind everybody listening of one of the greatest gifts and limits that God's given us, and that's the gift of Sabbath. This is the gift that not all of us take advantage of. It's that idea that there's 6 days for work and then there's a Sabbath day, and that God invested and built that into creation itself. And so we want to embrace the limits of Sabbath as a good thing. And so that's just a couple things to think about. So how are you doing owning, embracing the God-given limits in life instead of fighting against those? Again, I just mentioned three things: sleep, or four things: sleep, time, energy, and then Sabbath. What else would you add? Are you having problems balancing out the stuff that you want to get done and the available hours? Are you always feeling overwhelmed? Those are signs that you need to think more about your own limitations. If you need some help thinking that through or talking about it, reach out to me, deepdivespirituality@gmail.com, or you can message me through wherever you're listening to or hearing or seeing this. Until next time, live by faith, be known by love, and be a voice of hope in our world.